What is good? It's your boy DJC Universe here with Doombot TV, DK Typical _ Soup for Thought, Beyond Meat, and McAllister account. We are the Off Rangers. This is the Off Rangers podcast. We upload videos weekly, every single Saturday, and we never, ever, ever, ever miss an upload. So before we start this episode, but as we get into this episode, last week Attack on Titan had an absolutely insane reveal. We got to see Eren go absolute apeshit on everybody. I just want to get people's opinions and thoughts on the first episode. Super Thought, tell me what.
For me, oh man, it was the episode definitely delivered on the hype. I'm an anime only watcher, so I was extremely excited to see a Warhammer Titan, and boy, the episode. I'm trying. I'm trying to get my words together. The
Speak on it.
Episode was amazing. Deliver on the hype. CGI is not my favorite thing, but I feel like Mappa's doing a good job of animating it. I would rather have just a regular 2D animation, but they did a great job of animating it. Mm-hmm. And Eren is full-on savage, and I'm excited for what's to come.
Yeah, it's been a crazy 180 just seeing him go from just a straight-up aggressive kid, but I think with like a moral code, to this man that still has a moral code, but it's just vastly different than what he was before. Doombot TV, tell me, what do you think about this week's episode?
So first off, this 3D animation shit's got to go. I mean, I know it's not going to go anywhere, but I can't stand it. It ruins it. Eren looks like such a savage. I love what they did with him. Kind of changed his eyes from looking humanoid to get that nice white people going for him. I like it. Makes him look more animalistic. But man, that 3D animation it's painful for me. But I've got to see that Warhammer Titan finally, and that thing is busted, man. I'm telling you.
I think the thing that really got me this week, though, and I had kind of noticed the animation before in the previous weeks, but this was the first week where I was like, oh, that doesn't look good. And I don't know if it's just a preference thing with me not liking 3D animation, and maybe I'm just old school to where like the 2D is what I liked before, and I have to say, like, I think that's what Attack on Titan used to do best, was that their fights in 2D were some of the best of the year when they came out. But the episode on a whole for me, especially with the score, I've been listening to I'm gonna have to put this guy's link in the description. He did a version of the score that plays when Eren finally comes out as a Titan. I think it's from the episode 2 weeks ago, actually. And I literally cannot get that off repeat. Like, I walk around just listening to that.
Banger.
No, it's insane. That's another thing they do fantastic as a show. Beyond Meaning, you saw this week's episode, right, my guy?
Yes, I did.
Tell me your feelings on it.
I'm finally happy to see that goddamn Warhammer Titan. Things look dope as hell. Be able to create different types of weapons as its ability. And then the fact that, like, Eren just appears and, like, fucks shit up. That was pretty amazing to watch. Also, the fact that some shit seems like it's really about to go down now. We're going to see if Eren can consume that fucking Warhammer Titan.
Okay. I think something else that's been really interesting when I look at Attack on Titan right now is that the hype is somehow getting even higher for a show that already had, I'd say, like, S-class level hype. And
yeah.
I forgot the YouTuber. I think Soup, I'm pretty sure you're the one that put it in the chat, that YouTube video where people talked about how Attack on Titan is like the best anime of all time, and you can't say otherwise. So let's bring that up. Is it the best anime of all time?
So I guess I'll go first. It's hard to really say something is the best of all time because there's a lot of things that goes into it. Just talking about the anime, like the animation quality, the story directions, how close they follow the manga. Because, I'm sure you all seen a show where it just completely takes a left turn from the manga and it just goes completely off the fucking wall.
Yeah.
The score, the intro. I feel like the intro is about 60% of the reason you watch the show to start off. The intro is fire. I'm getting at least another 2 episodes. So it's hard to say if it's the best, but it's definitely at the level where the hype and the quality are definitely matching pretty close. It's really hard to get that close with the anime, especially something that's big production like this. Like, for example, God of High School had a crazy amount of hype, really fizzled out and didn't have a whole bunch of assumptions. But Attack on Titan has stayed with that level of hype. But as far as actually quality, story, animation, sound score, I have to give it to my personal opinion is Samurai Champloo. Very underrated. So a lot of people probably haven't seen it. I think it came on like Adult Swim in like the 90s. I'm old. It was
it's the 2000s. I don't want nobody to kill you. It's the 2000s.
It's not that old.
Yeah, but it's a perfect anime to me. It has a lot of action, has comedy. There's fan service, has amazing score, has a big hip hop influence. So really brings the Western and Eastern together. I just think it's a perfect compilation, about 20 episodes. If I had to only watch one anime, only had to show somebody an anime to sort of explain everything it's about, I would go Samurai Champloo. It's like it's Japanese Cowboy Bebop meets any random shonen story fine anime. And I love it.
Okay. Well, you brought up a couple of things that I kind of want us all to touch on. One, you kind of talked about what Attack on Titan does well. And personally, not even a personal thing. To be the greatest anime of all time, you have to do something well. You just can't be trash around the board and then people say you're a goat. Doesn't make sense. So I guess we're going to have a two-part question for everybody. One, what does Attack on Titan do really well? Soup, you already went. I'm going to move around here. And then the second part of that question will be, and I guess I might even make this sort of in a way of three questions, is if it's not the greatest anime of all time, then what is? And so I'm going to go to Doombot TV next. I want your opinions on this.
Oh, man, I am struggling with trying to figure out. It's hard. I've been thinking about this all day. Like, I texted DJC, I texted Soup, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do here. I'm struggling. Give me some guidance. And neither one of them helped a goddamn bit.
Bro,
you're lying. NPC giving me hints like, you'll find a way. On the Northern Star, not a single bit of help. But you know what? I figured out, I don't know, it's like a two-way tie. I figured out it was like ReZero or Kill la Kill. Those are my best anime of all time. I'm going to have to defend the hardcore. I'll explain it. All right?
I don't like either of those picks at all, but I'm gonna get, I don't think either of those are even in the top like 10 if I'm being honest. But I want why are those better than Attack on Titan to me?
Maybe for his list.
But still, like I want to know why he rates them ahead of Attack on Titan.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Before I get attacked by the peasants, I'll explain it perfectly. All right, so Kill la Kill, right, is the perfect anime. It does everything so we have over-the-top characters. It's funny as all hell. The fights are surprisingly good. It has that really weird factor that like you think when you think of anime, and the score is actually surprisingly good. Both openings are lit as hell. I think it's so well rounded. It's just amazing. Even the voice acting and dub is iconic. I can't listen to it sub anywhere else. Then ReZero, I just think it's so well written. Like especially season 1. I like season 1 a little bit more than season 2. I think season 1, every single episode ended in a cliffhanger. You're like, all right, I gotta go to the next one. I absolutely have to. Each character is well written. It has the hands down best anime waifu in it of all time. All right, I can't. I'm sorry, she's amazing. She's an amazing character.
Bro, you're gonna have the comment section on fire. Be careful.
Good. You know what? Nah, come for me. We'll dispute in the comments. All right, I don't care. I don't think that.
His channel is Doombot TV. If y'all want to go yell at him, don't bring that to mind.
TV/DJC Universe is my channel. All right, you can check out. I have 2 channels. But all right, ReZero. I think it's also hella realistic.
Hey Doombot, I know you have very wrong opinions with what your best anime is, but can I ask you what makes Attack on Titan? What does Attack on Titan do well? I know a lot of people would definitely put that in their top 5.
Gotta be the score, man. Every single time something. I'm sorry, I'm tearing up because like you think of that scene when Aaron's mom died. It was real sad, but
yeah, that's how he felt.
I think Attack on Titan is just like the overall storyline and like the fact that it's like has a lot of action in it is like why it's like among the top, if not
That's okay, go ahead.
I was just saying that's my opinion. Like because a lot of people like a lot of action, and it's like the storyline has like both sad and a lot of action, so it kind of like I feel like it hits a lot of things.
Folks, yeah.
So that's why it's kind of I feel like it's at like kind of towards the top. That's just my opinion.
I got you. I'm gonna go here in a second. But I want to hear Beyond first before I go, and I kind of have to put my spin on what Doombot said. But go ahead, Beyond.
All right, greatest anime of all time. For me, it would have to be definitely. It definitely has to be Samurai Shampoo, and then also it would have to be Trigun, I think, because Trigun,
Trigun. That's a good pick.
Love Trigun.
yeah, Trigun with the way how they flesh out the character, you're invested in this strange man, and you get to learn about him throughout the progression of the story. And, you know, it does things simple and keeps it sweet to you. You know, you kind of just like invest in the character that you didn't think you would, because it has like that charm, that special charm than like big box anime like Naruto and Dragon Ball Z. Because I mean, that's like everybody's childhood growing up watching those. But like, you know, if you start watching other anime and you kind of look at these other ones, I feel like Trigun and Samurai Shampoo would be like your top two up there on that list.
Fair enough. Okay, going back to the first question. Personally, I have to think the thing that Attack on Titan does is it has a great storyline, but something I believe every anime needs to have is it needs to differentiate itself from other shows. I mean, we live in a world right now where between the billions, I shouldn't say billions, but there's tons of anime studios out there. You got many different services like Crunchyroll, Funimation, Hulu, Netflix that have anime content. So anime is, I have to say, exploding in its own way. I shouldn't say exploding in a way. It's flat out exploding. So there's more content than ever. And the problem with that is a lot of shows are trying to chase the way that other popular shows are. And you can become popular even being a copycat show. Like, I know I talk about it all the time, but like Fairy Tail is basically just an amalgamation of other like more popular shonen. But what Attack on Titan does that's so special to me is, one, it creates a storyline of where it's technically a shonen, but it's so well written that you can get sucked into an episode of Attack on Titan without it being like crazy action in it. And also just the way they progressed their storyline, starting with basically it was like giant zombies. Like your humans are fighting giant zombies.
Yeah.
And it moved from humans fighting giant zombies to this like political expression about like how the world was corrupt and just talking about like human beings as a whole, and became this whole complex thing. So I have to give it its credit for that. I wouldn't put it as my number one of all time. However, I would say I would have to argue that it's top 10 just because I can't think of a weakness. Like a lot of anime out there, I can think of a weakness. Like Naruto, Shippuden isn't that great, you know? Like Shippuden isn't that great. Like the other shows you said, Trigun, I know a lot of people prefer Cowboy Bebop over Trigun, basically. That was a big comparison to those shows, which I don't think they compare that much, but in popular culture, they do that anyway. ReZero, I think ReZero is really good. I just don't think ReZero is a top 10 show. I don't see what ReZero does that's so spectacular and so groundbreaking that it belongs in the top 10. Not because it's bad.
Attack on Titan does, you know?
Say it again?
In my opinion, same thing Attack on Titan does. It just it has not a lot of action in it, you know, but it's just so the plot. So
I gotta disagree with you. There's a good amount of action in Attack on Titan, but it's just not balls to the wall. Like every episode, we're gonna get a big ass fight,
like Dragon Ball Z level,
like DBZ. Yeah. And just to say this right now, I know I'm about to give my all time, which everyone will probably roll their eyes to, but like saying
One Piece.
No, it's not gonna be One Piece. It's not gonna be One Piece. But all-time lists in themselves are kind of like subjective, because I mean, whatever criteria you come up with is how you're gonna get the list. But my favorite of all time is Code Geass. I know for a lot of people they are not, but that is the best storyline in anime. That is one of the best character arcs in anime.
And you think I'm gonna get you attacked? You getting attacked?
No, Attack on Titan. No. I'm sorry. No, Code Geass is universally like beloved. Like that's not a show. It's not like I came up and I was like, you know what? For real. I think Magi Madoka. That's the greatest anime of all time. Like that's the best. Or Bleach is the greatest of all time. Like respectful fan bases, but they're not the greatest of all time. Code Geass has a storyline that I know a lot of people can't get into, but it is, in my opinion, one of the best. It stands up with anything. I mean, I know there's going to be some rebuttals. Soup, I can see on your face you don't agree with me. Just tell me what you think, man.
It's actually, I'm coming from a point of ignorance. I've never seen Code Geass, so I would love for you to explain why it's top to you. Because to me, it is bottom of the barrel.
Well, you've never seen it. How is that possible?
You can you have a feeling when you watch enough anime, you have a feeling that okay, this is for teen girls who.
That show is not even remotely about teen girls, man. You got that completely misbooked. And first of all, the end of season 1 is one of like unanimously, it's probably one of the greatest cliffhangers in all of anime. The storyline has so many parallels to real world events, and it's a very mature show. It's not a kid show in any way or shape or form. It's not like you're going to see a lot of kawaii moments. I know a lot of girls fanboy over some of the male character designs, but say it again.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of, the fangirling thing. That's immediately what I think of when I hear Code Geass.
Yeah, but that's just like that's just the internet. That's just the internet being the internet, and like they do that for Levi in Attack on Titan, but that doesn't like does that ruin the show for you?
No, because they're 100% right.
What you mean?
It's not weird, but I'd hit that, you know?
Oh my god. I remember finding out he's 5'4", and I was like, in the real world, every girl I've ever met is like, you gotta be 6 feet. But in the anime world, let you be 5'4", and they're all over you. But
very disappointing.
I'm just saying that's another topic for a different day on a more serious podcast. But no, I just don't see that. I get what you're trying to say, but I just don't think you're putting Code Geass in the right light. Like that's just me. Like, tell me why though. So, like, for instance, you like Samurai Champloo. Why do you think Samurai Champloo is better than Code Geass?
Okay, so I can't once again, I clearly have very wrong information about what Code Geass was, but I would definitely
think you do. So let me not ask you that question because I don't Code Geass is not at all for girls. It's definitely a.
That was very much of a wrong impression. Thank you for not letting me embarrass myself.
No, I wouldn't go and do that. I'm not an aggressive type on like some other people here that just.
Beastar is the top 3 anime of all time.
Bro, you're laughing, but that was literally nominated. Like the Anime Awards was like last week, and Beastars was nominated in like 10 different categories.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it was good. I liked it. I'm not gonna lie, I liked it, but it was.
That's one of them shows you just got to get past what you know. Your preconceived notions about like what anime is gonna be.
That's like animality one where like animals are like doing inappropriate things. I haven't seen it, but I've seen clips and I'm very disturbed by it.
It's got some scenes like that. I think of it like Animal Farm.
Plus, it's got that weird animation. Not sure what that is, but I don't like it, man.
It's semi 3D, which is another thing. Like,
oh yeah,
anything 3D anime just turns me off. I don't like it.
It's god awful.
It's an immediate turn off for me. Only good one I've ever seen was Inuashiki. But every other thing, the second I see it 3D, I'm immediately turning it off.
Baki?
How good it is.
That ruined, but come on, DK. There's some scenes in Baki that are really bad.
Some of them scenes were a little questionable, but it wasn't that bad in my opinion.
There's one scene where it looks like somebody is just spinning a claymation like in the air, like in a 360.
Oh yeah,
it's the cheapest shit I've ever seen. No, without a shadow of a doubt. Beyond.
Right.
Yep.
You said Trigun. Why? But why, like, is Trigun better than Attack on Titan specifically?
I feel like it has a better fleshed out story to me.
Fair enough.
The fact that, like, you kind of the way they limit the characters, so to say. So, like, by having all these massive characters within the story, you got to understand them. Kind of like Naruto, you got all these other people within the story that you have to start to understand as characters, but you kind of blow them by and off because, like, I'm watching the show, I get invested in Neji, and then Neji just fucking dies to a stick. And it's like, what the fuck? But, like, in Trigun, you have, like, this basically essentially 4 main characters that you kind of invest in, and you watch the progress, and it has that feel of, like, okay, what's the next adventure going to happen today? Because you want to watch what's the next episode to see what that next adventure is, because he's basically a wandering soul just going throughout the day while these other girls are just trying to take him back in because he owes so much property damage.
I got you.
Back to you.
Okay. So before I leave this topic, I got one last question. We're going to move on to the next topic of the day. But
yeah.
What do you guys think could make Attack on Titan the number 1 anime of all time? Because I think it's in striking distance, personally. Like, it's obviously at the point where if someone was like, it's trash, I think we'd all be like, what are you talking about? And at least for me personally, I don't think it's number 1 yet. I think it's in the top 10. But what do you all as a collective think could make it number 1, if anything at all? DK, I'm going to start with you.
Right here. Well, I mean, I like the storyline. The fact that this is the last season. I feel like they could make the whole storyline a little bit longer. That's one thing I could say to make it better. Not to say I don't like the 3D animation, but I think if they would have kept the animation consistent throughout all the seasons, being that like this last season was the only one they really kind of used 3D animation, I think if they were consistent with their work, I think it could be the top. Maybe there's probably some other stuff I can't think off the top of my head, but I just know as far as I think if it's a little bit longer storyline, maybe, you know, another two or three more seasons. And then, like I said, if they kept their work all consistent, I think that would be like key in helping them being like top. Maybe not the top, but like definitely like top 5, if anything. I mean, it's already top 5 for me. Just it being a short, but I mean, I know normally most animes are like have like short story, but like I don't know. It's a hard thing to really kind of like tally up. There's a lot of like different things you can account for, you know. So
I got you. Doombot, what about you? Tell me.
I wouldn't change a thing. I would just it has to finish. I mean, just about every single anime that we've talked about tonight, they're done. You know, like Code Geass is over. I brought Kill la Kill's over. Samurai Champloo's over. Trigun's over. Attack on Titan's got to finish. I mean, from what I've heard, it builds up to something incredible. So it might be the best anime of all time by the time the finale episode airs. I mean, I'm not sure. It's so close to being number one. Like that's why it was kind of hard for me to think about something that could oppose Attack on Titan, because it is a really good anime. You hear the next season's coming out and you're immediately excited for it. I think it just has to finish. That's all. I wouldn't change a thing about it.
So you think watching like the episodes that we've seen so far, it keeps going on its current path, then it has, I'm not going to say you're automatically saying that it will be, but it has a decent shot to be maybe number one.
Oh yeah, easily. And then that's saying something in the midst of us having a bunch of great new anime that's like currently on. So yeah.
About to say Jujutsu Kaisen is going up against it, and that's a pretty damn good anime itself. But
Amazing,
and Promise of Neverland, and One Piece, but that's another story for a different day. Soup for Thought, what do you think?
I hate to be that guy, but a lot of my opinions I share with Doombot TV. Actually, I think that Attack on Titan did a lot of things well. The story is great, animation is great, the score is amazing. Only thing I feel like that's gonna cement it is, of course, never be an equivocal number one, but that will cement it in everyone's top 3 is if it can finish strong. I've seen too many shows where everything is great, is hype, the story is good, and it has just a completely unsatisfactory ending. If Attack on Titan can finish at least at a similar level to where it's at right now, I could definitely say that it could probably low-key be in everyone's top 3. It should be at this point. But if we finish strong and get a little more reach in the Western media, so I would say 5 years after it finished, if it's as popular in mainstream media as it is, like, for example, Dragon Ball Z and Naruto, where a lot of people, even though they're not part of, like, quote-unquote anime culture, they recognize what Goku is, or they probably seen some kid Naruto running in the hallway, can recognize that. If once it gets past that level and it has a strong finish, I feel like Attack on Titan can be reasonably in everyone's top 3 and top for a lot of people.
All right. Okay. Beyond, your last one on this topic. Tell us what you think.
I think it comes down really to the fact that each basically generation of anime has that top tier, and that the fact that the anime that I kind of mentioned are like a different generation. So like the anime coming up right now, so Attack on Titan could be this generation's top anime, and you have to think about it because we all grow up with certain anime and we hold those up to a certain level, and then the ones that are good, we have those that anime just up there with all these other ones that keep going on.
Okay. You talked about generations there. And speaking about generations, as we know, the next generation of consoles just came out with the PS5 and the new Xbox. So I want to ask you guys, none of us have the new generation console yet. We're broke and whatnot. Actually, no, that's what I'm going to start with. We have our reasons. I want to go around. Why haven't you guys attempted to get a new console? I'm going to start with, let's go McAllister. We haven't heard from you yet.
All right. I mean, I guess first thing first, with a new console, you know, there's always going to be something that goes wrong. You don't want to be the first guy to have your PlayStation 5 blow up, right?
Mhm.
So my method is, I know, sit back, wait, give it a year, 6 months or something, let them get all their bugs and everything out with the first ones, and then might be good to go. At this rate, PS4 kind of does the same thing. I have a computer, can play games there, so we'll see. Later down the road, I might get one, might not. If all the guys go and get one, then sure, why not? But
Fair enough.
we'll see. It all
Doombot
depends.
TV. What about you? Tell me what you think.
I'm just waiting for Sony to take it to you know what on my butt. That's all. I mean, I can't get a PlayStation 5. No, in all seriousness, I don't know. I usually wait. Same as McAllister. I wait for the bugs to get taken out. I mean, they always have a couple bugs, the G1s. And plus, in a couple years, they'll probably have like a PS5 Pro that is just floating around somewhere. So I mean, you never know. But the main thing is you just can't get one anywhere. I like you guys know that my PlayStation sounds like a jet engine.
Mm-hmm.
A literal jet engine. That's probably because it is a literal day one PlayStation. So I probably need one out as a necessity, but I mean, I was able to find like a PS4 Pro for a cheap price. So swapped over to that, and I'm content for like another year or two. So I'm okay.
Okay. So, what about you?
For me, it's not necessarily a bug issue. I'm just gonna wait till price drops. I'm a very frugal person. I will continue to use something until it breaks. Our PlayStation is on its last legs at this moment. It similar to Doombot sounds like it is slowly levitating off my table every time I turn it on. And once it finally decides to put that gun in its mouth and end it, then I will get a PS5 whenever that is.
All right, fair enough.
I hate the logic.
Yeah, no, that's logic. Beyond meaning, tell me about you. What are you thinking about here?
I really just wait until like they get some of the bugs out. Just tinker wherever they need to tinker and make sure they update the software so that way I have the best possible console when it does get updated. So that way I'm not stuck with first gens like my buddy Doombot, and it sounds very terrible after 4 years of use. And just make sure that prices drop too.
All right, I got you. I'll go next. For me in particular, it's one, a money thing. I just don't have the dough on me right now. And two, I wasn't even going to put the time and effort in that I saw a lot of people doing to get it, just because I was like, I can't find it. And two, I was like, it's going to come out and it's probably going to be an underwhelming experience, because I'm just a personal believer in that we hype things up, especially things that we like want really bad. We're like, it's going to be the greatest thing ever. It's going to be the greatest thing ever. And then usually when these things come out, we're let down. So I always try to temper my expectations, and that's why I wait, because with the way things move in like 4 or 5 years, we're going to be wanting something else to happen here. Last person on this, DK. Tell me what you thinking.
I'm a little bit like kind of like everybody else. I've had experience because I originally was on the Xbox, been on Xbox since day one. I mean, I also had the PlayStation 5 because my brother, that's what he kind of ran. He ran PlayStation, I ran Xbox, and then I switched over maybe within the last 3 or 4 years. And I mean, I love PlayStation, but from my experience with Xbox, getting like the first console to come out, like the first like ordered ones that they released or whatever, it seems to always have a problem, like as far as something within its box, or it's just something has some form of problem. It's usually like before they had the little disc tray, and things always acted up, and for some reason sometimes it wouldn't read games. That's why I don't even buy disc games anymore. I always download games for a hard drive and whatnot. But yeah, I just, it kind of goes to everybody. There's always bugs in the first gen. For some reason there always is. I think they rush it too much and they end up messing up something and they don't realize it. So I usually wait maybe, like I said, about 6 months to a year, and then like, all right, once like they'll come out with like a XS or a Pro, they'll come up with like a 2 or something, like a generation 2 that's a lot better.
Okay. You said something really interesting there. You talked about bugs, and we all kind of hit on that. And with both consoles in the last couple of cycles struggling with bugs when they first come out, and with the rise of PC games and the rise of mobile games, what do you guys think the future of these consoles of Xbox and PlayStation will look like? Because it seems almost as if the other mediums of gaming are catching up quickly, and in many cases actually surpassing. I'm gonna start with you, Doombot. What do you think about that?
I don't know about surpassing. I think PlayStation 5 will always have its place. You're just always gonna have I think consoles aren't gonna go away anytime soon. They'll change and they'll probably be different. I know Stadia tried to be the quote unquote next generation of gaming, which is like you could stream a game right to your TV, and that kind of just stayed in a flat line, didn't take off or go anywhere. I think everything has a spot. There'll always be PC gaming, there'll always be console gaming. I don't expect to see any change, but I mean, we might see a breakthrough or something. I know Xbox looks for ways to integrate PCs or something along with this console, but I think we'll see. I think mobile games will always be a thing. You're not going to get rid of Candy Crush until Candy Crush 2 comes out, but that's just me.
No, I feel you on that topic. I say that because, I mean, I don't have the exact numbers in front of me, but mobile gaming accounts for what? I think like
60% of gaming industry's income.
I mean, that's
insane.
Yeah, I'd say that's the number one gaming thing, right?
Yeah.
So, what do you think about that?
As far as the future, or as far as how much of the money is going towards mobile games?
As far as the future, I want to know about the future.
I definitely, I agree with Doombot that I don't think console games are going anywhere. I just think that they're going to change how they were when we grew up. I don't think, like, for example, couch multiplayer has essentially died. You know, you can hop on one of your friends and sit next to you, play the same game. That essentially has died for the most part, except for some fighting games and sports games. I think that it's going to essentially go virtual. I know PS5 and Xbox, whatever series are on now, are selling digital-only versions of their games at a different price. And as far as just financially, if you're looking to get a next generation of consoles, it makes more sense to just get the cheaper one that allows you to just play a game digitally, just get a memory card or memory bank, play it that way. I do think that mobile games, they're not going anywhere. They make most of the money. In reality situation, the gaming industry is a business, so they're going to put more effort and resources towards what's making them the most money. So I can see console games staying around, just going completely digital, and getting a lot more aspects from mobile games onto our actual console games. Like, for example, you buy a new Madden and then you have to upgrade your character, but there's a time limit on it. So you can only get one speed, but you have to wait 45 minutes for it to unlock the next game. So I imagine something like that happening.
Oh, God, I hate that so much.
That sounds miserable. But is that the phase? Like, could they stop it? Because, I mean, in a weird way, it's like a monopoly. If, like, especially with Madden, that's the only football game out there. What are you going to do? Just not play football that year?
Yeah. There's no other option. What are you going to do? EA is just rubbing their hands together, laughing maniacally like a 90s cartoon villain.
Well, we talked about the mobile game, and McAllister, I want to hear your thoughts on this because I know you also. I'm right. You play PC games as well, right?
Yep.
So that's what I'm going to say next is, do we see a day where maybe PC games, they can make them a little cheaper, could be that next like competitor where mobile games, a real sit down competitor?
That's harsh, I guess. I guess the games themselves aren't. I don't think that's the issue. Finding the PC that's capable of running the games. So I mean, you can get a PC like when we used to play League of Legends. Beyond Meaning had a PC, and we were playing that together, and all of a sudden his PC would just sound like it's about to blow up. So it's all about capability. I think eventually, probably, with the way technology is going, but right now, mobile games are just so much easier. You can just pull out your phone and you're good to go. So it's just an ease of use kind of thing.
I feel like playing games while I'm pooping. Very agree. I agree. Yes.
That is like, I know you're joking, but that is a big benefit. You literally just you take a poop and play a game. And Beyond, he name dropped you on that one, so I want to hear your opinion.
I feel like PC's just gonna. It's not PC game is never gonna go away, just like console game. I think the fact is that we always have our phones on, so it's always easier, and we always get bored. So I mean, I can always download a game real quick, play it, get rid of it, download another one, play it, get rid of it, and you kind of just have that easy use. Like, you don't have to be committed to it. And then also, I think it's the fact that most of the mobile gaming industry is really pushing for it. Like Raid Shadow Legends,
They're
they
everywhere.
have the
Very
best
ambitious.
marketing team ever, and giving out endorsements to other content creators, so that way people want to start playing mobile games more and more.
No, I hear you. I mean, that's a fantastic point. I mean, Raid Shadow Legends is, when I think about it, the only other game in the past year that I think got as much promotion, if not more, was Cyberpunk. So I feel
So
like
that turned out.
we saw how that turned out, but still, I mean, that's very rare company saying that. We talked about in our last episode that Cyberpunk had probably one of the greatest, we're talking about promotional tours for any game that I think any of us can remember.
Mhm.
Another thing I find interesting just talking about it, this is just my little theory, is that our generation specifically, we have kind of a special view because we grew up with the original PlayStations and original Xboxes, and we've seen the progression of all of them. And so I start to wonder if there's a day where I'm just like, you know what? It was a lot more fun to play back when I was a kid, and even with the new advancements, will I even want to get the next like PlayStation or something or Xbox, or will I just grow out of it? And I'm not sure because I mean, I look and I don't have a PC and I don't play PC games, but everyone says PC is just a much better experience. And the other things that they peddle a lot of times from like Xbox, PlayStation, like I don't use, like I just don't care about a lot of the other stuff, So we'll have to see. I mean, the future to me is really up in the air because what goes up must come down. So things don't just last forever. So there has to be either something that completely shifts where console games go, or they have to just physically die out. I don't think, like you guys, I agree that they're not going to die out anytime soon, but I could definitely see a world where maybe they're not as prevalent as they used to be, or we're playing other things. And I know I just talked about it in my sentence there, but what was the best console that you guys ever played with? I'm going to start with Beyond. Go ahead. Tell me what you were about to say.
Probably PlayStation 2, because that's the one I remember the most growing up with, just always playing, hacking out on games, playing Crazy Taxi on it. And then it's the main one that holds the most sentimental value to me versus all the other consoles right now.
I was honestly going to say it again, Soup.
I feel like after we should all list our favorite game on as well. I feel like that'd be it's pretty interesting to hear.
That's so fair. Beyond, tell me, what was your favorite game?
WWE SmackDown
Versus Raw?
Yeah, those are my
Them
favorite.
joints were amazing. You want to talk about a brand that fell off? I mean, we all laughed last year when we saw that other, like, we don't even watch WWE anymore. I used to do when we were kids, but watching the little, like, glitch clips come out from the WWE game, just pathetic. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely pathetic. DK, what about you? Favorite console, and what was your favorite game on said console?
Favorite console? I've been playing PlayStation like for the last 4 years. I actually like PlayStation, but I also like PC. Just because it's like it's kind of like convenient because I'm like most of the time I'm on the internet anyway. So like if I say that again,
You're superior. Just go ahead.
So I mean,
Don't do that. Don't start that.
Just it just why you always gotta make fun of me, man? But
64 gig.
I would say PlayStation because like it does a lot more in my.
Well, which
opinion.
PlayStation?
Oh, well, see, I mean, I also PlayStation 2. PlayStation 2 was a good one. I think that was probably the best one in my opinion.
Okay.
As far as game wise, I always bring it up. Is I'm hoping they can ever bring it back, or some company brings it back. Is Def Jam Fight for New York?
Oh,
That's a good one.
Those were always
we
fun.
just went over that the other night. How that game will not last in today's climate. We
Oh
can't
God,
do that.
no, it won't.
I think it would.
It wouldn't.
You can't.
But then
I
again,
think it
Grand
would.
Theft Auto does.
That's different.
Is it?
Is
it? Is it?
It
is.
is.
I've never played the game. Explain it to me.
No, we don't have to comment for that. No.
We ain't monetized. Don't worry. YouTube ain't looking at us. We
Basically,
all right.
it is World Star, the game.
Oh,
Basically.
okay.
If you
God
think
damn.
about it, if you think about it, low-key is.
God damn.
And Doombot's offense, I think he's right. This game could not last today. You can't set up a boxing match between, I don't know, the baby and Meg the Stallion and expect to still sell games. That's not the most culturally appropriate thing to do.
What do you mean? They have fighting in what? Don't they have female versus male fighters in Mortal Kombat?
They do, but that's kind of
It's a
not the
different
same.
thing.
With the most graphic finishes in the
But they're
in-game.
they're all warriors, man. They used to.
Yeah.
Meg the Stallion a warrior?
You know what?
Those knees is the real warrior. God
Oh
damn.
my
True.
god.
He was a real
Very
warrior.
true.
Oh God.
No, I hear you. All right, we got his too. I have a theory here. I've heard a few people now. I have a theory come out. I'm gonna wait till everyone else goes. Have I gotten McAllister? Tell me favorite game and console and favorite game on said console.
All right. Well, I guess it's basic. The PlayStation 2, I mean, definitely the most memorable. Probably played for the longest amount of time. But you can't go wrong with the Nintendo 64, obviously. You just can't go wrong with it. Some Super Smash Bros.
I forgot about that one.
It's a classic. My older brothers used to whoop my ass. Played it, but I still had fun. So that favorite game on PlayStation 2,
I love you, man.
Backyard Baseball.
That was a great game.
That was legit. I forgot about that one
It
too.
was the way to go, dude.
No, Backyard Baseball was absolutely amazing. All right, I got two more left. Soup, I haven't heard from you, have I?
Not yet. I'll go. Just a quick comment on McAllister's favorite game. It was almost interesting enough to make me want to play baseball until I realized no one wants to do that shit.
Oh,
For me,
man.
I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going to say Nintendo 64.
Y'all remember that far back?
I never had my hands on one of those.
I was all right.
Stop lying.
Dang,
Stop lying.
goddamn.
Stop lying.
Yeah,
For me,
it's dirt.
I didn't get the PlayStation 2 until I want to say about 2004. So the game console I grew up with, especially my younger years, Nintendo 64. It was just everything that a gaming console should be. It was no online. There was no online fees, no subscription I had to pay for. It was just you, a gaming console, and some friend that you're going to bully for the next hour in GoldenEye. That's just everything that a gaming console is. It was like McAllister said, it was Smash Bros. It was the first time I ever played Mario, GoldenEye, Diddy Kong Racing. There was just so many classic games.
GoldenEye there. That's a game for you.
Yep, started a lot of
Man,
fights.
GoldenEye throws it way back.
Oh,
Man, why
yes,
y'all
it did.
playing?
Oh,
The
yes, it
GameCube was the
did.
top console out there, bro.
No, it wasn't.
Did you say GameCube?
My
That-
N64
bro,
that
I had one.
controller-
over there.
That
That was my first
controller,
console.
that controller messed my hands up so much. I would always get confused with that controller.
Which
Yeah,
one?
go.
64?
No,
Any
the,
controller
GameCube?
The GameCube. That GameCube controller was
It was
weird.
an Xbox controller.
What
essentially.
was it?
No,
I've never
it wasn't.
The GameCube, no, the N64 three-pronged thing.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
Hey, it was a science to
It
that.
looked
You
like a
only had
trident.
you only had to use the middle and the right one. That's all you had to do.
Oh yeah,
Unless you
Dang.
needed the D-pad. But I mean,
007 on the GameCube, bro. That shit was lit.
I'm gonna go and cut you off right there. No one gives a fuck about the GameCube. You know it.
No,
Stop. The GameCube. The
No,
GameCube was a decent. The GameCube
Yes,
was.
it
Man, I used to
brilliant.
play Mario Kart on that shit, bro.
yeah, decent. I mean, no, it should
Yeah, did you have the mainstream Mario characters, or were you playing with
The
You better say
mainstream.
something fucked
Stop fucking with
You
me.
about to say something real fucked up.
I
know, I can
yes,
tell.
he was. Look at.
Don't. The GameCube wasn't bad. This isn't my favorite game.
We're not saying it was bad, but
Oh,
it definitely wasn't like.
No, he's just saying it was bad. man.
I just didn't like the controller.
I liked it.
The
Okay.
controller sucked for me.
Speaking of Nintendo, this isn't my favorite, but I have to say, when I got a Wii, that was different. That was a pretty big
That's
experience.
the worst
right
console, bro.
there. No, it's not.
All right. I got an opinion here. Listen, I've been quiet But you're not gonna slander the Wii like that, are you? You're
Bruh.
not gonna do
So,
it.
yeah, the Wii was legit. The Wii was legit.
Bro, come on, the Wii was like, oh my god, you can move your controller and your person
The
actually moves.
the only thing that was a problem was like all I ever saw on the news was like people were like breaking their TV over that game. That's how you know it was legit.
That controller was slippery.
Dangerous.
I didn't go. Yes, it was.
Dangerous.
That's what you gotta put that lanyard on, bro.
I was about to
But
say-
who really wanted
Only-
to put that lanyard on?
Oh,
Who wanted to
put
put
that lanyard on. I
Yeah.
dumped my niece in the head.
Nah.
Oh, she was all right.
The Wii was worse to play like first person shooter games because I was struggling hard.
Everybody's not a shooter, man. Goodness.
The
Wii-
Wii. Nobody want to beat no FBI agent.
Mhm.
Oh wait,
Wait, hold on. The
Go ahead,
Wii
go
has
ahead.
such a special place in my heart because the Wii was one of the few consoles in the late 2000s you could buy that you really didn't need to buy other games for. Like you could literally never buy another game, just play the basic Wii Sports that they gave you with the
look
damn
back. You
game.
can put the
I was gonna say
GameCube
Wii
games
Sports is
in it.
legit. Wii
So-
Sports.
Yes, it was. Wii bowling.
We
Amazing.
Wii
baseball,
bowling, Wii baseball,
Wii
Wii tennis.
Wii
tennis
tennis
is
was funny.
fun.
Wii
I
Wii
will
tennis was
say
funny
this,
to me.
though.
Bro,
The
all I
Wii-
had to do was this, just snag it back and forth.
The Wii was definitely the best
yeah.
like
No,
family
you gotta stand up
console
and do
ever.
this now. You can like sit there.
Mhm.
Beyond
Some
brought up a great
people-
point.
Some
One
people-
second. Beyond just brought up a great point. Where it's like, out of all the consoles, I think the Wii was the only one that was really like family oriented, where I could really
Yeah.
play with my whole family.
Well,
Yeah.
that's like Nintendo kind of does
Yeah,
a thing. They're
that-
like family
yeah.
oriented kind of
Yeah,
business.
I ain't got no damn Switch.
Then
You
they
don't,
bought
but
in
a lot of people
then-
do though.
Then they
My
bought in
sister got a
that. Then they
Switch.
bought in that Wii Fit too. They had like the Wii Fit stuff and
Yeah.
like
No one
all
uses that
like-
damn Wii Fit.
Okay, how about that? They scammed
You
a lot of
use
people.
that?
So that's
They
why I
If you
scammed
use
a
that
lot
Wii
of
Fit-
people thinking they would lose weight with Wii Fits. Because I knew some
No,
people that are like,
my sister did lose weight with that shit.
That uncomfortable ass board they made you stand on.
She lost at least 30 pounds doing the Wii Fit stuff.
she's the only person I ever heard of that. My uncle literally gained
Okay.
like 40. Like he got it. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna play with my nieces.
Did he
And
do
then-
the push-ups and the
Uh,
planks?
that thing sound that whole Wii Fit board sounded stupid as fuck to me.
They literally bought the damn thing and like it sat in the corner after like a week and was never touched again.
And caught and
People
caught
was jogging in
dust.
place.
Speaking of
And
that,
you know
guys
what?
have
Calories.
attachments, like
Things
one
accumulated
rail,
dust.
Rifle.
You mean
I
for
had
the
the rifle.
I had the steering wheel for the PS2. That was lit.
I had to steering wheel for the Wii and the PS2.
That was
Oh,
lit.
I
They had
remember
the
they
steering
had.
wheel.
I remember they had steering wheels for it. You know.
Yeah, the one with the gas pedal and all that. We talking about
Yeah, yeah.
That joint
I
was
forgot
so
about that.
clunky. It was so clunky.
Oh,
and
yes, it
terrible.
was.
I hated it.
If you didn't set it up like all rip, or you like honestly, if you had to set that thing up right, if you set it up wrong, you'd be like, man, I don't want to deal with this anymore. That thing, you get the wires all tangled up, and you're just like, I don't want to mess with it anymore.
I'm about to say, if you had a shitty setup, you literally could not play it. Because I used to play Crash Bandicoot Racing on that PS2, and it would be absolutely terrible. But let me get to my specifics as we get on top here. My favorite console is the PS2, and we haven't got to Doom by yet. But I have a theory that I know we talked about earlier gaming and consoles maybe talking changing, but like the generation right now that's gaming, they probably love the consoles that they're playing now because it's familiar to them. So I'm starting to wonder, does it even matter? And if that's why they're going to keep going, it's just like whatever console's out, we're going to remember. Because for me, I like the PS2. My favorite game on the PS2 is WWE Crush Hour, which I know that's a weird one. It was the one where they were in cars and they were killing each other.
What?
I do not know why. It's an OC game, but everyone that's ever played it talks about how much fun it is. It was
For sure.
that, or it would be a NFL
OC?
Street.
What?
I'm serious. WWE Crush Hour. There's another soul out there that understands how fun that game is.
I
It didn't
had to
make
look
any
that up to
sense.
remember it. Let me
It's a
look it up
fun
real quick.
game. Y'all look so confused. I'm telling you, I'm serious. It's fun.
I play these games I never
That's
heard.
What's
of.
it called? What was it called? WWE what?
Crush Hour.
Hey, I was a Spyro kid. All right, Spyro.
Was
Crash
that a
Bandicoot.
knockoff? You
No,
got
it
that
was
shit
by
fine.
WE. It was by them. They were like,
Yeah, I never saw that game in my life.
You sure
I
it just
never
wasn't
seen that.
4Bs?
well, listen, guys. Let me tell you something. Just because you guys haven't seen it doesn't mean that's how it's not real. You
But
gotta look past
we're
yourselves.
we're not saying it's not real. I just looked it up. It's a real thing. I'm just saying I've never seen it.
It is.
I
doesn't
believe you.
Thank you.
Wink,
It's a
wink.
fun game. It's a fun game. I'm just saying. Doombot, they're
What
hating on
childhood
me.
Did you have?
I had a great childhood.
I-
What do you mean? Big bullies.
I'm just messing with you.
Old heads just being aggressive. Listen, I defend your opinion, okay?
Thank you. Thank you. We can't all be born in the 80s. Now, tell me what you think, Doombot.
No one here.
All right, so now the old men are going to bed. I'm just going to say my favorite console, I think, is the PlayStation 4. I think that it just set a whole new standard for gaming.
I don't believe you one damn bit. I'm sorry.
Come on now.
What? Why not?
Nah, go ahead. Keep going.
I just don't, but keep going.
All right, I just think I'm sorry. It brought too many good games this generation. This generation was insane game wise. Like not multiplayer games, but like single player games. We got Ghost of Tsushima, like God of War. I think those will forever be like one of the things that you think about when you think of gaming. I don't know. I know not a lot of people in this group played God of War, but I know some did. I know Beyond Meaning did. The Black Dad Kratos. That isn't very Black Dad now. All right, he's the new Bill Cosby.
Amazing.
Bill Cosby. He's America's dad.
Let's
Listen, no matter what you want to say about Bill Cosby, in the 80s, he was America's dad.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's referring to.
He's number 5's dad. Is what they're out there. All right, but
I don't know, man. Like the PS4 for me, you say it brought a lot of good games, but for me, it ruined like that generation. It's synonymous for me with ruining a lot of the gaming titles that I played in my childhood that I liked. Like Madden and 2K and for instance, I guess even WWE. Like I stopped playing the games, but the SmackDown versus Raw games were insane when I was a kid.
You gotta stop with these sports games, man. I'm sorry.
Let me
But even like Spyro or Mario or Sonic and all that stuff, like they're not good on the PS4.
In my opinion,
We're looking
DK,
at
go ahead. One second. DK,
no. Let Doom go. He was saying something.
I'm just saying. I think we were looking back at those games through rose-tinted glasses. You know, as a kid, yeah, it was probably amazing. But I mean, were they really amazing? Like you think they were, but I mean, I think we just encounter better things now.
Okay. I know. Keep going, then I'll rebuttal.
That's it.
But like my thing with you is this, and I'll use an example game I like. Well, I guess my one favorite game is NFL Street. You put NFL Street on a day, you're gonna have a lot more fun. You put NBA Street on a day, you're gonna have a lot more fun. You put Spyro on a day, you're gonna have a lot more fun. If I go back and play some of the old like Super Mario games that I had on, like, which is another thing none of us talked about, was Game Boy, because Game Boy was insane. Game Boy's
I wasn't a Game Boy fan.
Yeah.
Really.
My brother had all of those.
Really, I think I remember this one kid. Whenever a new one came out, it was like the original Game Boy Color, then Advanced, then DX, then XP, then yada yada, blue to blah.
My brother had every last one.
No, because I mean that was the thing. You could go and game wherever the hell you wanted with your favorite titles. That was amazing. Like we used to have link cords. I don't know if anyone else remembers that.
Dragon, baby.
Say that again.
What?
I used to have those.
A link cord.
That sounds familiar, but yeah, I think so.
Yeah, if you like two of y'all had Game Boys, you had to like put a link cord together and you could play each other.
Yeah. I remember that.
All right, so in my opinion, just maybe I could be wrong in this one. I just feel like a lot of I don't see how the new PlayStation 4 is even like remotely good or to your liking, because like a lot of old games that were amazing on the old consoles, like they're trying to remaster now, and on top of that, like I mean, like I said, I don't know for sure. Maybe there's some games that weren't all that hype when we had like with the old consoles, but I feel like a lot of games on the older consoles were never really bad. Like
you tripping.
What game? Because I mean, like I said, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure a lot of games I played on, I never disliked it. I played it a little bit, and then I played something else because it was always a little bit better.
I think the older games were games, but the games we have now are more so art pieces. A lot of them are cinematic art pieces, or that's what the single player games try to be, and I think a lot of them do that now.
Yeah.
So like Cyberpunk?
They're more like movies now.
Not like Cyberpunk, like Ghost of Tsushima, God of War.
Yeah, you do got your one or two good games. Yeah,
there's more than one or two.
I think one or two, but like
a whole new standard. That's all. To the pair, snap fingers.
That's so aggressive.
I know.
I don't know.
I was just saying, like, I
shut
felt
up, old head. No,
I was just, I just felt like in the old consoles, like there was a lot more games you could literally play and just like you would have fun no matter what. Like a lot of games now, you play it for a little bit, you'd be like, man, I don't like it, and then she'd be like, all right, I'm never gonna play this game again.
I gotta disagree. You just go back. Like, look at the first Call of Duty, right? You probably go back. You'll play that. That'd be fun. That came out on PlayStation 1.
Call of Duty. Call of Duty, I can understand. Call of Duty, I can understand.
It was clunky. It's fun, but it's super clunky. Now you have a lot. It's evolved. I think the evolved form the original. Yeah, I think that kind of goes for.
There's always room for improvement. So yeah, you're right on that. I'm gonna take back that statement. but like I still think old consoles were still a lot
Yeah,
a
'cause
lot more interesting than
A lot simpler.
current ones. Yeah.
yeah, but I don't feel like okay. So help me on this. Are you equating to being like more complicated and more, let's say, technological advances to mean better? Because in certain cases, I just don't think that's the
No.
case.
No, like think about it. We played Humans Fall Flat, right?
Yeah.
Not a
Yeah.
very complicated game. Graphics aren't amazing. The gameplay is super simple. How many buttons you have? Like 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the as simple as you can get, but it's still an immensely fun game.
But
I
that
understand
feel yeah, but that's why I feel kind of like the point for PS2 games and older generation games are a little bit stronger was because one, they were a little bit easier to play, and two, I think they actually were just more fun. Like
you okay. Well, when's the last time you played some of those older games? Can you like go back and play them now?
I actually saw my Game Boy at home.
I think if you whip those games out, you'd have fun for a little bit, but you would have continuous fun. I think you get over it
True.
pretty quick.
And honestly,
I
most
think
TVs don't have those 3 prawns.
No
See,
more. That's
it's-
true.
I think McAllister's got a couple in his basement. Those poor old
Yeah.
dinosaurs.
Don't worry, I got one, but I'm not playing on no 73-inch TV.
Man.
That'll mess my eyes up.
I don't know. There's certain games. Which is another question. If there was a game, an old school game, you could go back and play, what would it be?
Define old school. Like what year we sitting here?
Let's
Yeah.
go PS2, Xbox. What was with PS2? Xbox was that just the Xbox, or was that was that Xbox?
I wasn't an Xbox kid, so I'm not
It
sure.
was an Xbox, and then it was an Xbox 360. So
Okay. So like
Okay.
PS2 and back.
I want to say Ultimate Alliance.
Okay.
That was my game as a kid. I had so many friends come over. That was our game for I think like a couple of years. Like, hey man, we're coming to play Ultimate Alliance. Hell yeah, I'm coming over right now. Saying hell yeah was edgy because you were a kid. But yeah.
I don't know. It might be Kingdom Hearts for me.
Oh, okay. You got me there, sir.
Oh,
Kingdom Hearts. I remember
I totally
that.
forgot about Kingdom Hearts.
I went to GameStop and I got that back when I was a stupid idiot and I was like I didn't realize that GameStop was not the place I should be going. But
We all went to GameStop.
nope.
Along with
Oh,
EB
really?
Games.
bro,
Is
man,
EB Games even a thing now?
I can't think of it. I can't think of seeing one. Seeing it around.
Yeah.
BM Beyond Meaning. Tell me, what about you?
The main game I had the most fun with was SmackDown vs. Raw.
Was that the one you go back and play again now if you had a chance?
I mean, it's like it's really the main one I always play with my cousin because that's how I got through my gaming experiences with my cousin. So every time I go over there, we always play games that we could play together. So we always played SmackDown vs. Raw, create our own characters.
Mhm.
Dude can have our dudes doing other dudes shit like Van Damme,
Mhm.
crawl around your body and then slam you. So like, I mean that's it. It's I guess it's that childhood thing because that's the main one I remember playing. Besides like Crazy Taxi, and then we'd just go around, just drive around crazy. Oh no, I got it. It'd probably be SS Tricky. That was the
Okay.
one. That was the one we always played
Okay.
too. Was SS Tricky.
100%.
I remember.
That's the
I
one.
remember. Yeah. It's TR Rock.
100%.
I've been there,
Yeah.
McAllister. Tell me what you think.
SSX Tree.
Great game.
100%. I used
Fantastic.
to play that game all the time. All the time.
Yeah.
I only had those like 8 characters. I buy all the rest of them. So I had like the basic characters, but I used to just play that game all the time.
It was either Matt or Mac. I used to play him all the time, and then the main character.
Kaori.
That dude with the
Of
big,
course.
the
What,
big
what was it again?
afro.
I don't know. I forgot his name.
No, what game was you talking about?
SS Tricky.
Oh.
I wouldn't know that.
Yeah,
I don't remember that one.
You will fall in love if you start playing.
Great
Just doing
game.
tricks.
Oh, I remember
Snow-
that game.
Snowboarding game.
I remember that.
SSX Tricky.
Tricky. I remember
Bruh,
that game.
that game was insane because it was like, I guess the games today are like trying to be too realistic, but that game was like, nah, F it. Let's just be crazy and do some nonsense.
100%.
Yeah.
I miss
It
games.
was like, all right, whatever, do it.
Yeah.
Was it Doom? What was your game you would go back and play?
My game was Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Oh yeah, you did say that.
Gotta pay attention, DK. Because of that, we're gonna ask you now. Tell us.
I'm gonna say Mario Party. That was always fun. But boy, did things get heated when you were losing, though. I hated that. I would say that's my game.
This is a specific question to you. Like, did you rage a lot on PS2?
I raged in every game. I raged in
What a
every
loaded
game
question.
I play. Every game I play, I rage. All right.
Good God. That's good to
Calm
know.
down. Sound like you're on Call of Duty right now.
I got. Who was playing? What was one game? Oh, I was
Rage
Xbox.
with GK.
Xbox. Hey, chill. I was playing. I think the first UFC game that ever came out with my brother, and like remember, I think you had the. I was on Xbox 360, like I said, and you had to like rotate the thumbstick or whatever a certain way to get the submission in. And boy, was me and my brother like breaking our damn wrist to rotate that damn thumbstick, and I would lose somehow, and I got a little violent. I smacked him on the shoulder a couple times. That was my fault. Like I said, I was
You know
violent.
that man's apology.
It was a little violent. I got ass whooping for it, but I learned my lesson.
The abuse. Good
He was
God.
a prototype Fortnite kid.
What to say?
To take it on myself rather than take it on others.
Soup, did you give us yours? Soup? Oh,
kinda
Lord.
frozen.
He froze like I did a couple.
Oh, Lord.
couple
He got
minutes.
Cricket Wireless, y'all. I'm so sorry. We hated to break this to you, but he has Cricket Wireless. We're all not doing as well as we used to. Oh, sweet Jesus.
Oh, he froze in such a peaceful look.
He
Yeah.
did, bro.
Really did.
Oh, he back. He's back.
He's back. The man's back. Are you talking?
He froze.
Soup. Could you
Soup,
tell us your
bro.
favorite game?
Granddad, it's time to wake up.
Yeah, apologies. I appear to have drifted into the shadow realm for a second. My
It's all right, Jimbo.
favorite game, it's two. For PlayStation 2, is Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. That's one of my favorite games ever. Is like similar to SSX Trick, is not afraid to be wacky. They're not taking themselves too serious. A whole bunch of game modes where you can tag, and there's like a fireball mode. It's so many fun things. Story was crazy. It was endless hours of fun. I love Tony Hawk American Wasteland. And for Nintendo 64, it was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time. I can't really explain. That's probably not even a good game.
Oh no, I remember that. That was a good game.
Is that the one you can play with like 4 people? Am I thinking of the right one?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I might be thinking
You
of it. I
get
played
like
that one.
Krang at the end of this one mission. That's to this day I've never beat it. Krang, it just has this strongest hands in video
Beat
games.
that 007.
Bro.
Man, there's some good games, man.
I'm about to say, special shout out real quick to the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games.
Yes.
Those were insane because it was just balls to the wall. Go do some nonsense you can't do. And I remember I used to have it on the most. I think, in my opinion, something that was so ahead of its time was the PSP, and I used to have it on that.
I had that too.
I'm about to say.
A couple years later, it'd be fine.
I was about to say like. Oh, well, even then, like, do y'all think if the PSP dropped today, how big do you think it would be? Because they tried with the PS Vita or whatever it was. And
They,
it just
they
didn't-
still have it out.
I don't
They
think it'll work out.
updated it.
They've tried so many times. It never took off like they wanted it to. I don't
Yeah.
think it'll go anywhere.
Nowadays, phones can pretty much just do this thing.
Sure.
Yes and no, though. Because, I mean, well, you know what? No, I'm going to give you that. Because around where I'm at, I know a lot of people with Call of Duty Mobile.
Who
Yeah.
plays that?
I know a lot of people.
It's a lot of people playing it, and then they stream it while they playing it too.
Dang, man. Poor guys.
See, I think that's what's gonna start happening. It's like the fact that games are just gonna release on mobile, and then they're just gonna cross play it. So then you just end up playing like you playing on your PlayStation, but on the go.
Well, that's what Google Stadia is trying to do.
But I feel like they've tried that so much. Like,
I don't
so
think
many
it took
different
off.
consoles.
I agree.
Like with the PS Vita, I'm pretty sure that's the commercial where it was like you leave and then you plug it back in, you take your game on the go with you and whatnot.
No, that's Switch for real.
But like there's multiple. Like I know that's a Switch, and the Switch is
Switch
is
is
the
really
Switch.
doing it. The Switch
Yeah.
is really doing it though.
But that's because I feel like that's just. Some people gonna kill me in the comments for this, but that's like the spiritual successor to the Wii. And so for all like the Nintendo people, I feel like that's just like, oh, naturally we go over to the Wii. I mean, we leave the Wii and we go to the Switch. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, I wish I could have a Switch.
I've seen some people with Switch.
Yeah, I mean, it's doing well.
I mean, it's really the ultimate gaming experience while you're on the go. I mean, you got it's like you have the Game Boy and your fucking console rolled up in one. So
Y'all making a promo right now.
I was about to say, I don't know. I feel like PSP when it dropped. Like, I know we were talking about like sit down consoles, but the PSP for me was probably my favorite. That's where I have my fondest memories because I could be in bed pretending like I was asleep, and then I could like pull my PSP on under the covers, put the brightness down a little bit, and then keep playing.
You had a bedtime. You didn't listen to it, huh?
Yeah,
it's time to watch National Treasure. That's it.
Bad boy.
I watched that one 5 times.
I remember they came. I got my PSP and they came on like 4 episodes of Family Guy.
Oh yeah, I forgot about all that too.
I do remember that. Yeah.
And then I used to carry it around and use it as an MP3 player because it held music.
Yeah, that too.
That thing was a beast, bro.
Bruh.
It was like the modern day tablet kid walking around.
The whole improvement of technology is just crazy, you know.
Ain't it? Like, you ever think we'd be where we are now, where it's like people have like the entire world on their phone, pretty much. You sell your soul if you wanted to on your cell phone. You can literally play any game you want and have the quality on your phone, which we would have to literally buy a console for, get a game, have a good TV to sit down and enjoy.
Yep.
And in many cases, it's better than that. But
definitely.
I was about to say, I don't want to beat a dead horse too much. We've had a fantastic conversation about this. And I was just talking about the phone, but something else that we can do on our phone that we all are addicted to is social media. So I want to go around for our last segment. As you know, we talk about the things that we've seen on social media lately, the memes, the videos, the stories that touch us, make us laugh, make us think. I want you guys to go around the room, tell me, what have you seen lately on the internet that you want to talk about? DK, typical_TV, start us off.
What have I seen lately? I know I don't know if anyone. If y'all don't have TikTok, I have TikTok, but I don't post anything.
Okay.
But
I'm sure you don't, Katie.
Leave me alone. But I know I've seen this. It's pretty cool, like dining room table. It pretty much does everything. It has a fridge on it. It's a touchscreen. You can hook your phone up to it, so it plays music as well. And I thought the thing was pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty awesome. I would get it if I had a house. So, but I may definitely get it, in the future.
I got you. I thought you was going to talk about those videos you sent us today with everybody. What was I about to say? With all those people. Yeah, them dark jokes was wild. That Afghanistan joke. What was it?
No.
Somebody tell me what it was.
No.
Let's not.
Just put the link in the description. Just put the link in the
description. I'm about to find those. Put those in the description. Something about a bomb. I don't know.
It's not.
No, please stop.
What? We didn't say the joke. It wasn't us.
Oh, that's how. You know what?
It was a dark humor TikTok, and I think it's inappropriate. So we're not gonna talk about it.
TikTok's inappropriate.
Some of it is, yes.
Bro, TikTok is problematic. That's another story for a different day. Beyond Meaning, tell me what you think.
The video I watched this week was by Joshua Neal. He likes to do little funny videos and stuff about just life in general. And he was talking about the Busted Down challenge. He made a parody about it. Yummy. Basically, he had the girl drop down to her knees and she couldn't get back up. And so he was telling the ladies out here, be careful, because you trying to bust it down, but your knees can't handle it.
Risk versus reward situation.
Speak up, Soup. Say that again.
So it's a risk versus reward situation. You shoot a cool video, but you blow that ACL out. That's it.
This girl today on my timeline, I know her. She's literally in the School of Science where I go to school. She's very smart. She's a grad school student. She did the challenge, and I looked at her and I was like, you know, people looking at this, right? And then afterwards, she was like, I wanted to give y'all something special. So she literally bent over and like kind of showed her tits, and I was like, bruh, I wanted to message her and be like, what are you doing? Like, people, like, your boss is looking at this. Like,
Why?
imagine going into your externship or job, whatever you got, and they're like, Katie, we need to talk.
Kind of videos.
I'm about to say, and just pop up like the SpongeBob tapes and just be like, we found it. It's despicable. Let's see. Soup for thought. Tell me, what have you seen?
There was a specific YouTube video or a TikTok trend. I know some of us are on TikTok or anything I've seen that was super interesting. Only thing I saw was sort of just Warner Bros. Released little clips of a lot of the new movies coming out. I thought that was super interesting. Saw a couple more clips from Suicide Squad, the new Godzilla vs. King Kong movie, which I don't talk about a lot, but I am a huge fan of Godzilla. And also the Space Jam with the new GOAT, LeBron James.
Yeah.
So,
I know you saw that Mortal Kombat trailer.
Thank you for bringing it up, dude. But the Mortal Kombat, I don't think it's not a trailer yet released. It was in
those clips.
What I'm gonna share my opinion in a second. I know, Doom, you saw it. I don't know who else seen it. What do you think so far? I know it's hard to just say off a couple of images, but
I know nobody here plays Mortal Kombat, but there's a black character named Jax, and the actor who plays him was just like Steve Harvey. Go look it up if you can.
Because you cheat. You cheat.
I knew you were about to say it. You were that's very fucking accurate, and I can't unsee it.
He looks like Steve Harvey is bad, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Uppercutting somebody's jaw off with that thick ass mustache, and it makes my day, man.
Hey, I do gotta say this. I saw not the Mortal Kombat. I'm sorry. I saw the Godzilla clips for the new film. I'm excited for that. I also like the Godzilla movies. I love the fight scenes in King of Monsters. I just need a little bit less. 11. I forgot what her real name is.
Her 11. That's her name now.
Millie Bobby Brown. I know. I don't like doing that because she's actually a pretty good actress, but I need a little bit less Millie Bobby Brown, and I want more of the monsters fighting. However, they made like Godzilla so OP in King of Monsters. I don't know how Kong's gonna like do anything. I saw Kong Skull Island too, and I was like, Zilla should really he gonna bitch slap him. That's it.
Did not look nowhere near any competition. I'm interested.
Never.
In balance
Not
of
at
that.
all.
It looks like a stomp right now, but
Yeah, like,
They'll find something.
like they explained, it was like King Kong, he a big monkey. Godzilla, oh, he's this radioactive lizard that can shoot beams from his like spine and mouth. I'm like, I don't really know how Big Monkey gonna beat that, but
He's got thumbs.
Hmm?
He's got thumbs.
Oh
I
God.
don't know. I mean, opposable thumbs are powerful, but like Godzilla blows his thumbs off. What are you gonna do?
yeah. So you did see you saw King of Monsters. So what do you think his counter is when he for example, he goes radioactive and was able to melt entire buildings? What do you think King Kong's counter for that is?
I don't, bro. King Kong is like the monster version of Sakura. Like,
Oh yeah.
and I like King Kong.
Oh yeah.
And I like King
Wow.
Kong, but like, what does he do? He just punch. Like, he just punch. And like, in Godzilla's,
Things.
Man, he has the willpower. That's all you need. Like in anime.
Main protagonist now.
listen, man.
Power of friendship.
Sorry, man. The power of friendship ain't shit compared to a nuclear freaking reactor that's like the size of a small little city walking around.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. That's a rough little. It's gonna be. They're gonna have to pull some BS. I don't know. Like if King Kong gets like a Super Saiyan power up and is like, if he. Oh my God! What if King Kong was like the monkey? I was like when they went like Super Saiyan in DBZ.
Mm.
Yeah.
Now that would be kind of lit.
If they do that, where they give him a Super Saiyan form, come on, man.
I'd love that movie. I'm sorry. I have to
I
watch
would
this shit.
stand up in the middle of that theater and applaud. Pure nonsense. Like Godzilla King of Monsters, it wasn't a great movie, but as far as like the spectacle of the monsters and the fights, I was all here for it. I agree
But
with
that,
that.
man, their endings are always so hype. I'm really intrigued on if they like keep this up. Like at the
Yeah.
end of every Godzilla movie, he does something that's just totally insane.
I never thought they're gonna be able to top the what was it, the first Godzilla where he opened the
Yeah,
Muto's mouth and shot the atomic breath in it. I never thought they would be able to top that. But what he did at Ghidorah, it's comparable. I don't know if it beat it, but it's comparable.
It was good.
Terrible.
It was good.
My thing is this though: is he even going to be the ultimate villain in that movie? I mean,
I don't think so.
because I got a weird feeling. Because at the end of the King of Monsters, they pretty much they were like, "Oh, Mecha Ghidorah is coming."
That's right.
So I'm like, I can. because I feel like they're gonna spare him. Because like I don't think anyone thinks King Kong has a chance, and he doesn't. So I don't know. I feel like that's gonna be their little way to right around it. Because in a real fight, it's not a fight. It's a slaughter. So
yeah.
I think they're gonna Batman versus Superman it. They're gonna fight like once or twice, and then some even bigger monsters are gonna show up, and they're gonna take that monster down.
It's gotta be it. I don't know, because I mean, you got two good guys, and unless you're gonna turn one of them villain, which doesn't make sense, because they're both beloved and they both have a character, or they're just for some reason or another they like protecting humans. Don't know why. So I want to say it again, Soup.
I'm just agreeing with you. I don't know why. We are terrible.
I'm about to say, I'm like, they do know we suck in every single one of them films, right?
Yeah.
Say it again, McAllister.
Well, since you said something, what video or something on social media have you seen lately you want to talk about?
Oh, I got this. Y'all see Kylie Jenner was trying to flaunt her wealth again.
Oh,
with
that $1 million bathroom.
Yeah, and she
no
showed
water
her shower,
pressure,
and everyone just. All right, fine. You tell the story.
Oh, my bad. So go ahead, McAllister. Go ahead. My bad.
We have made it so far.
So if no one wants to go, you talk about those Bernie Sanders cutouts that's been popping up in everything.
Oh yeah,
because those things are hilarious.
They are.
I love those.
There's so many memes. It's hilarious.
So far, my favorite one is where they put him with NWA and the Wu-Tang Clan.
What was I about to say? Now, going back to McAllister account's original comment about the Jenners, I have to say this. Why the fuck do we need to keep up with that family at all? Like, no one ever explained it to me. Like, I thought about the premise of the show. It's like keeping up with them, and I was like, but why? Like, what do they do?
Nothing.
I don't get it. Like, everyone's like, like I know it's all. I know it's like
every last one of them.
There's no be.
No, that's crazy.
Famous right now.
Nah, but finish it. What exactly did she do?
She just showed her shower off, and it had low water pressure. So everyone was roasting the hell out of her, like, "Oh, you're so rich, but you got no water pressure."
I feel
so
that.
She had
bro.
to clap back, and she like cranked it all the way up. But I was like, "Wow, you really had to come back at these guys because they made fun of your water pressure."
The internet hurts, man.
Kind of a lose-lose situation when you're that famous.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I'm not anti-celebrity.
So you just waste some water now.
Oh, what a win!
Oh yeah, somebody would have said that too.
Mhm.
So you waste water now? You're too rich? You have enough water to just spare everybody else?
It's hard for me to feel bad for some celebrities because they put themselves in these situations, like,
It's their own damn fault.
especially like during the pandemic when they were like, we're all in this together. I'm like, if you don't shut the fuck up, no, we are not. I'm like, shut up. Like, what you
It's different.
like, what you mean? I remember losing my job and then going online and someone was like, we're all in this together. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. You're rich. Like, you live in a mansion. Like,
You sitting at home right now doing nothing.
I'm stuck
about
in
to
one
say.
bedroom. You got a whole mansion to play around in.
bro, I remember they were roasting the shit out of Jennifer Lopez because she posted some photo of her like mansion and she was like, it's just so painful being stuck here. And I was like, bruh.
So
I was like, come on, man. I just don't understand how people
Not worth it.
Have we gotten everybody? Has everyone said something?
I think so. Unless Doom didn't.
I don't think Doom didn't say anything specific.
I said Bernie Sanders.
Oh yeah, you did talk about the Bernie Sanders.
Feel the burn. Well then, gentlemen, do you know what that means?
That means you suck.
You don't sound like a Fortnite kid. Why you saying
I know. I can see why he used to rage now. He's just aggressive for no reason.
I am a rager. Yes, you are correct.
Like Call of Duty lobbies.
You are correct. I am a fucking rager.
Why you cursing now, man? I'm offended.
Bottom of safe space, please.
I'm a little too close. All right, my bad.
Then let's try this one more time.
You won't see me on the next episode.
We'll see everyone on the next episode.
We don't see you, we just hear you.
Exactly. You will hear everybody.
You know
on the
what I
next
was trying to
episode.
say. Jeez.
Oh, keep the toxicity to a medium here, gentlemen. Now,
Right?
He makes me rage all the time.
that's for everything make you rage, bro. Don't front.
That was it.
Don't front. Don't put that on
Problems
us.
on me.
Not putting it on y'all, putting it on Doom.
You right. Fair enough. That's another story for a different day. However, this means since nobody else wants to comment, we have finished the second episode, which we swear to God is the second episode of the Off Rangers podcast.
In quotes.
In quotations. One of these days, a long lost episode of the Off Rangers podcast will appear. We had a mistake last week, and the files were corrupted.
You had a mistake last week.
Apparently, when you speak the truth, people don't want it to be out there, so we were censored somehow, some way. Don't worry about that. We will not be silenced. We're back again this week. Someone has to call these companies out and discuss anime, and we will always be here because as the Off Rangers, we fight for you, okay? But like I said, this was the second episode of the Off Rangers podcast. Beyond Meaning, DJ C. McAllister, Soup for Thought, DK Typical _ Doombot TV. Links to all of our channels will be down in the description. We thank all of you for watching. You stay easy. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Deuces.